Okay, in this lesson we are going to be looking at function notation. And this is probably new to you. You probably have not seen this before. You are used to seeing things as an equation, something that looks like y equals 2x plus 5. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at things in function notation. And notice what we've done is we've replaced this y with f of x. That's how you read that, f of x, okay? It is the same thing. If we were to make a graph of this equation right here, what you would do is you would make yourself a little xy table, remember? You plugged a number in for x, and then you put it into the equation and you saw what you got for y. It is the same thing. All this is saying is when you plug a number in for x, f of x is the function of plugging that number in. It's what you get as a result of plugging that in. Sometimes that result is called y, and sometimes that result is called f of x. What do I get as a result of plugging x in? Okay, and that result that I get of plugging x in is called f of x. Okay, so notice I'm giving you two different equations here. I am telling you that f of x is 2x plus 5, and h of x is x squared plus 3x minus 4. In this first problem, what I'm asking you to do is I'm asking you to find f of negative 2. Pay attention to this letter. All that letter is it tells you which equation to plug into. Since it's f, I'm going to plug it into f's equation up here, which is this one. All that's asking you to do is plug in negative 2 into that equation and tell me what you get as a result. Okay? So f of negative 2 means I'm going to take negative 2, I plug it in for x, and I simplify. Okay, so 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, plus 5 gives me 1. So f of negative 2 is 1. All that means is when I plug negative 2 into f's equation, I get 1 as a result. Okay, next one, h of negative 4. So again, because this is an h, I'm going to plug it into h's equation, which is this one right here. So I'm going to plug negative 4 in. When I do that, I have negative 4 squared plus 3 times negative 4 minus 4. Okay? First of all, if you're going to use your calculator, I'm going to caution you. When you square a negative number, you must put it in parentheses on your calculator. If you type in negative 4 without the parentheses and square it, your calculator will spit out negative 16. If you want to square the quantity negative 4 on your calculator, it has to be in parentheses. Okay? So, negative 4 squared is 16. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Minus 4. And we get 0. Okay? All that means is when I plug negative 4 into h's equation to find h of negative 4, I get 0 as a result. Alright, this time I'm asking you to plug in 5a into h's equation. Okay? You need to know that you're not always going to have numbers for answers, but I always want you to simplify this as much as you can. Okay, so here we go. I'm taking 5a and squaring it, and then 3 times 5a minus 4. So wherever I see an x, I'm going to plug in 5a. Okay, and then I'm going to simplify it. Super common mistake, people will write 5a squared right there because they squared the a. Don't forget to square the 5 with it. You need to, because that's in parentheses, you need to square the 5 as well. So 5 squared is actually 25a squared. Over here, 5a is one quantity. There is not a plus sign in between it. So when I take 3 times 5a, I get 15a. I don't get 15 plus 3a. I don't need to distribute it. I would distribute it if it looks like that, okay? But it doesn't. There's not that plus sign in between, so don't distribute it. All right, and then of course I have the minus 4. That's all I can do in this case. I can't add an a squared with an a or a negative 4 because they're not like terms. So this is all I can do. So when I plug 5a into h's equation to find h of 5a, this is what I get. And I know it's not a numerical answer. It won't always be a numerical answer. Just simplify it. All right, this is asking me to plug g in to h's equation. Okay, so when I plug g in for x, everywhere I see an x, I would get g squared plus 3g minus 4. Okay? Again, there's no like terms to combine, nothing to do, there's no simplifying to even do. This is what I would get when I find h of g and plug g in to h's equation wherever I see an x. All right, this is a little different. This is asking me right here, this piece of it is asking me to find f of 1. Okay? After I find f of 1, then I'm going to add 4 to my answer. Okay, so first of all, when I find f of 1, I have 2 times 1 plus 5. 2 times 1 plus 5 is 3 plus 5. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 5 is 7. Sorry. Okay, then when I'm done doing that, I need to add 4. Okay, so I just found f of 1. That's all I need to do. And now I need to add 4 to my answer. Okay, so 7 plus 4 we know is 11. All right, this is asking me to plug in y plus 4 wherever I see an x in f's equation. Okay, so when I plug it into f's equation, I'm going to, for x, I will take 2 times y plus 4 plus 5. Simplify where you can, so that means I need to distribute this and do 2y plus 8 plus 5, sorry. Okay, and of course the 8 and the 5 can be combined to make 13. So f of y plus 4 is 2y plus 13. I do not know why I keep writing equal signs there. All right, and that should do it.